Hi guys, it has been way too long since I have done a page in my coffee notebook, and I had this really cute photo that I took when I accidentally ended up with a heart in my coffee. So I printed that out full page, and then I grabbed a whole bunch of the new office hours collection from Printfish Studio, and I'm just going to trim out this cut apart sheet. All of these supplies I got from various citrus twist kits over the last couple of months, so I only had the one piece of pattern paper, so I trimmed down half of it. There were a few pieces on half of that cut apart that I really liked, so I trimmed down those bits, and then the other piece I just trimmed to fit into the other side of my pocket page notebook. So it's quite a thick paper. I am sticking that down with double-sided tape to make sure that it sticks down really well. The book's getting a little bit bulky, but I think that keeping the rest of the page flat with lots of these sort of flatter embellishments is really going to help. So I loved that I am very busy piece from the cut apart sheet, which is so true. I feel busy all the time, but the point of this page is that I'm never too busy for coffee. There's always a coffee break during the day, even if it is just the break to go and make my coffee. I thought that these pieces worked really nicely for this theme, even though they're not actually coffee themed, they're office themed. Office and coffee all sort of go together for me. Now this is the die cut pack, and I'm just going through it. As you can see, there are millions of little die cuts in here, pulling out anything sort of coffee related or busy routine kind of related, but I decided to try and keep it to those colors, the sort of red and yellow. The photo I've got is pink, but there is a little bit of yellow on it, so I quite liked the idea of having that really heavily color themed page. And all I'm going to do really is create two sort of clusters. So there's going to be a larger one on the left hand page in the top there, and I'm just creating a really quite small one down here on the bottom right. There's not a whole heap of story to tell for this particular page, so I don't need to add heaps of journaling or anything. This little label is pretty much going to be it as far as journaling goes. I've just trimmed it so it hangs off the page, and I've added a puffy sticker that says yay, because that's basically how I feel every time I have a coffee, and then a couple of those yellow enamel dots that came in the mixed embellishment pack. Now for my cluster on the left here, I just wanted to add a little bit more texture, otherwise I'm getting very sort of paper die cut heavy on this page. So I pulled out a little bit of yellow thread just to add a bit more of that bright yellow onto this page. The yellow of the coffee piece here, it's kind of sort of a khaki caramel kind of color, so to add a bit more of the brighter yellow, and I decided to do you call it fussy cutting if you're using a knife? I decided to cut out the inside of the cup handle too, because the sort of background that piece was on was grey, and you could definitely see that over top of the pink paper. Then I just glued my cotton onto the back and added that with, again, some double-sided tape to make sure that everything got stuck down to the page. I just added one more little die cut there that says routine, definitely a routine coffee here, and just a few more of those enamel dots just to tie those two pages together. And then I'm adding my journaling using quotation marks there, and that's that page all done. Now it has been far too long since I have done a page in my pocket page notebook with a sequin shaker in the middle. It's my favourite thing to do, so I made a little sequin mix out of the sort of yellow, pink and red colours, and as you can see there, I added some tiny little coffee beans. Now those coffee beans I just cut from brown cardboard with my silhouette, and what I'm going to do is just leave a link down below to the cut file that I created to do that. They're maybe like a centimeter, half an inch high, and my silhouette had no issue with them. I probably could have gone smaller, to be honest, and I think they make an awesome addition to this shaker mix. So I will leave the link for that cut file down below in the description box for you, and if you make something with it, please tag me in because I love seeing what you make. So all I did was add a little bit of that sequin mix into the pocket and fused the top shut with my fuse tool. I did run a double line of the fuse just because I don't want any of these sequins to escape the book, and I wasn't quite sure that the first one had fused properly. So when I'm being cautious like that, I do like to add 2 lines just to make sure that nothing is going anywhere. Now I decided to add, well, I mean, I guess you could call this journaling. I don't know if this is a title or journaling. It could be either, but I had these tiny little yellow puffy stickers from the same collection, and I'm just deciding to add to the title, which is I am very busy, and I want to add, but not too busy for another coffee. I was cautious and added a coffee, not too busy for a coffee, but I'm going to end up adding the rest of the word another, and I just sort of hoped that it would fit in. I thought it would, and it only just squeaks in, so probably next time planning might help, but I do love the way that this sort of ties the 2 pages together. It's like I said, it's been far too long since I worked in my coffee book, and I just love how this page came out. Those little coffee beans are awesome, so do grab them if you want them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen, or why not check out my Patreon page because there are even more goodies and videos over there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!